Welcome to another episode with Owen Engineering Services. So today I want to talk about a little mistake some customers do in the name of copying another person that might cost them damages or cost them a lot of money as a result. Now, we usually advise that if you are using band A and you are within the Uyo metropolis or using the Akwa Ibom State band A, your devices containing compressors like air conditioners, deep freezers, refrigerators, whatever device you are using that contains compressor, that uses compressor to run, should be in delay at least 3 minutes. Why? Because of the constant fluctuations in power supply in the band A section of you. They will give light now. 1 minute later, they take it. 10 minutes on, they bring it back. Another 30 seconds, they take it, and so on. Now, this activity tends to spoil a lot of compressors over time. If you turn off a compressor and bring it back on in less than, let's say, 3 minutes, it will not run again immediately. And in most cases, if the relay of that compressor has an issue, or it is a type that takes more than 3 minutes to reset, that fridge might stay there and not run until the compressor gets spoiled as a result. Or if you are lucky, if they eventually check the light when it is not spoiled, and then you still out of luck, that time they take it up to 10 minutes or 15 and they later bring it back. That might solve the issue. Otherwise, it will keep doing bap like that. It will keep returning until the compressor heats up and then gets spoiled. Now, some people say my neighbor is using his or her fridge or freezer for 5 years now without any stabilizer and nothing is wrong with it. Yeah, the same way how you could be a banker and your friend is a lawyer. Both are noble professions, but they have their own rules and procedures. This is a compressor relay. This is a compressor relay. All of these different types and brands of relays. Now, the question is, which one is in your neighbor's fridge and which one is in your own? Even if you have the same model of fridge with your neighbor, it does not amount to having the same relay in the compressor. Now, a brand may produce or assemble something, but in this batch, they patronize this company. In the next batch, they patronize this company for the assembly. Now, all of these relays can work with any compressor, provided it's a fridge compressor. It can work with any of them. But then they have different characteristics. While this one takes the longest time to reset, and then the compressors that this one usually comes with are very durable and strong compressors. But if light goes, it takes a longer time to reset. And without delay in a compressor that carries this, you tend to lose that compressor at the very shortest possible time. What I'm saying must not take 3 days. It will not take 1 week. It doesn't necessarily have to take 24 hours. It can take 1 hour to happen. It can take 30 minutes to happen. Because it was already hot while running, and then they take the light, they bring it back, and the thing does not start because this does not reset, and it keeps heating up the compressor because this didn't reset. All right. Well, this one they can take now, and they bring it back in no distant time, and it will run on again. So when you are about comparing yourself with your neighbor, there are so many hidden informations you do not have. I once told a customer, please put your stabilizer in delay so that you will not fall a victim of faulty compressor. And then, fortunately, his stabilizer took about 4 minutes in the delay process. The man told me 4 minutes is too long to wait. That he wants it 3 seconds. So he uses the hack and removes the delay. Few weeks after, he came to replace compressor. You see the problem now. Sometimes customers don't listen. At the end of time, they find who to blame. We always advise time and again. Please listen to little safety precautions. Pay attention to little precautions. These things help you save a lot of money. These things help you stay out of trouble effortlessly. If your light is so good, you are too sure of your voltage, because this thing does a lot of work. It also regulates voltage. And if you are sure you have a very good voltage, please, if you are not using solar electricity, where you are sure that it is constant, and you are sure you are the one that can only turn it off, you can buy this. Now, this one is not very advisable because it doesn't have any influence over the voltage. It just have some instructional code. Cut off if the voltage is below this, and then cut off if the voltage is above this. So while this one, if the voltage is below this, raise it to this, it will raise and continue running your device. If it is above, it will bring it down and continue running your device. This cannot bring up, it cannot take down. But it can do the 3-minute delay just for the safety. Although it's not the best, but it can do the 3 minutes. And there are some compressors that will not run, though this will accept 200 volts and turn it on. But if it turns on 200 and then your compressor does not run and cannot run with 200 volts, then you are in for a very big shit, because it will still get damaged. While this, at that 200, it will raise it to 220 or 230. And then you are good to go. Again, if, for instance, there is a fault in the compound you live, it is not your house, some other tenants live there, and then somebody is doing repairs, and then maybe there is a spark, the light goes on and off, that is another phase that this will protect. That delay function will help you stay out of trouble in that aspect as well. So please, before you do comparison, also know that there are inverter freezers where there are inbuilt circuits that provides that function in the inverter freezer. Those fridge and freezers that are called inverter freezers, that delay function is inbuilt. And then if your own is not that type, and you are saying my neighbor is also using this brand, one brand can have both products, the inverter and the non-inverter. So while comparing yourself, before you do that comparison, pay attention to details. Apart from the field you specialize in, there are some hidden information you do not have. So please pay attention to little precautions, stay out of trouble, and save money. Save yourself the stress. Thank you. See you in our next session.